Hi, this video is for my 9 months of being off-grid. It's a little late this month because I've had quite a time with the fibromyalgia, and I've been down for mostly 2 months. I've only had less than a handful of good days where I could be up and around, and then I made the most of them. And one thing that did happen is I did get 200 more watts of solar panels. And as far as power in here goes, it has been a complete 180 from what I had before. And I had this guy come in from Tucson to do it. He did an awesome job, and I would use him again in the future. And so instead of not being able to watch all my TV shows, I can watch a couple TV shows a day if I want. I can use the computer and watch movies and videos when I'm down sick. So it's really like a complete difference. And even when it's cloudy, which as you guys know, it is a lot of the time here, even when it's cloudy, I basically have my batteries charged. So that's today. And I do have my computer plugged in, charging. So it's really a big difference. And there has been a couple little things, really not that much has changed. I did get like the blankets, just like the cheap little thing that I was sharing before that I got with credit card dollars. And then I got a throw, and it makes a big difference because I can leave the heat down. Instead of having to have it at 80 to stop the rain noise, I can do it at 75. And so it's working really well. I'm using a lot less heat. And not much else other than that has been changed or done due to drama and health. And a big part of it has been the ongoing handyman nightmare. Some of you know all about that. I have had several handymen in here since last month. And one had outrageous hourly rates, and he worked real slow. And he also charged me for things that he didn't do. And being stuck in bed, it makes it really hard to check on these people to see if they've really done it. I did get the spigot covered out here, which I will show you. I did get that covered. Let me zoom in on it. And I had asked him specifically to make sure that he left it open where the water handles were so I could turn the water to the tank on and off, because I have to use the tank a lot, and also the water to my garden hose on and off. Well, he sealed it all in, and so I basically had to have someone else come in and do it over again. And in total, it ended up costing me over $200 to get that done. Just the spigot alone, the insulation on the hose and the spigot alone. And another handyman, he was kind of okay, but he damaged the door frame here. Doing some work, he damaged the door frame right here. And so this all had to be sanded down. And I got this light golden oak marking pen, which is really great. And I kind of went in there with it and played with it. So it doesn't look, I don't think, as good on camera as it does here, but it still looks natural. And I did touch up one other place. I can't even tell you where it was at this point. And all the other little nicks and things that are in this old door frame, the pen will work great on that. So I think that it came out pretty awesome there. And then that handyman also, I had a chair that was here at this table. I had a chair, and it was that really nice black lacquer chair from the New York door store. And it was a vintage chair. I was selling it on Craigslist. It should have been selling really fast for $150, but I had to mark it down to $125 because no one in this town buys anything but drugs, really. So it's just really hard to sell anything. So I had it on Craigslist because it was big and heavy, and it was black, and it was gorgeous Italian lacquer, but it didn't go with my decor. And so I did find on Craigslist this really cheap chair to replace it. And I did trade that handyman work for the chair. He took the chair, and it's basically, it was to pay him for work that he did, then plus work he owed me, and somehow he wrangled the chair out of me before he did the work that he owed me. And so it was my really big bad. You really have to watch it. They're always trying to pull something or pull a fast one on you, and they're being really nice, and then they pull a fast one while they're doing something else. They're really, really, really slick with that kind of thing here. And so I went to Tucson. There'll be a video about my little trip, you know, just a side trip, because I always take side trips when I have to do something. And I got this chair real cheap on Craigslist. And as you can see, it's like a much better weight and fit for in here for tiny house living. And the one thing is the seat cover is really this crummy denim, and it wasn't done right to begin with. And so I'm going to take some of the satin boho type fabric and have it like recovered with that, and the cushion kind of fixed. So it still needs some work there, but it's definitely like a much better improvement. Another thing that happened is the same handyman, he walked off with my entire key ring that had everything on it but the deadbolt and the male key. And so I tried to call him to let him know, hey, you know, bring him back. And his mailbox was full, and he didn't answer the phone or reply. And so I did have like a message thing, and I shot him a message. And then that night, like at 2 in the morning, somebody opened a bay, and I heard somebody go in my bay. So I had to change all the locks to the entire trailer, the bay, and the solar. It cost almost $100 alone just to change the locks to the solar, and then the locks to the trailer. That cost even more because I had to have an RV company come out and do it. So it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars that now are added to my credit card bills. And you know, along with the day before, there was a leak under here in those. You might be able to kind of see it in between the pipe there. It had a leak, and I found water, and so fortunately the RV guy here came out really fast and fixed it, so I wouldn't have any more problems with that. And then that got kind of added to the bill too. And so it's just really a lot, you know, as far as, you know, adding to the credit card. I'm really going to have to fast like the devil now, you know, because I'm definitely further behind than I was when I first moved here. And the stress of living in Arizona is still taking a bigger toll on me than ever. It's really just been horrendous. It just keeps whacking away at my health. And I'm starting to make changes. I'm having to. I have no choice. I'm refusing to do the required long hours of phone work that is required here for living here when you're disabled. I can't do it. You know, if I could do it, I wouldn't be on disability. I wouldn't be disabled. And my caseworker, she's canceling any applications that are causing drama and requiring long hours of work and, you know, 200 hours of, you know, computer or paperwork or phone work. We're just kind of doing it that way. And she has canceled those. And it's just really, really insane that disabled people are required to spend long full-time days on the phone to get anything done, to get the services that they deserve. And I'm having to drop those services. I'm having to just give up and not get what would normally be due me. And I have found, I lived in Mesa, Arizona from 1999 to 2001 for 2 years. And I have found that the secret to happiness and being happy living in Arizona is to deal with as few people here as you can. And if you have to do without something, see if you can do without it. So, just find out, do I really need this? Is there a way I can live without it? Is it going to be hard living without it? Can I deal with hard? Just, drop it. Completely drop it. And I know what a lot of you are probably thinking, like, wow, what about boundaries? This girl needs some boundaries. And it really is not about boundaries. What it is about is having a really heavy-duty fortress. When I lived here before, that's how we got through and had good memories. I just put up a total, complete fortress. And that's what you got to do here. It's really unlike any other state. I've lived in a lot of states and never, seen open doors drama the way I have here. And all projects are on hold for now. But I've been making plans. And one of them is I need to replace this foil on the door. It's been falling down now for at least a couple of months, and I've been thinking, well, what am I going to do? I can pay another handyman to put up more foil. The first one was kind of sloppy at it, last year. And then there's also something that you can get, and I've got it here in a roll, that I'm going to put up there because the sunlight comes through here, and it's absolutely blinding. And even though I have the item on the outside, it still comes through the cracks, and it's just blinding. So I'll do that, and it should look a lot less ghetto. So I'm planning to do that. And then the one handyman did get up a second set of rods on each window. So that way the lining there can get moved, and I will be taking the rest of the shielding material and making more, shielding lining drapes. And it's really nice because that kind of blocks the heavy, heavy sun, but it still leaves it see-through and blocks the radio frequency stuff. And then I will be using this material to make some pillowcases. And that will be like a lot more attractive than the old gray on here. And then what I'm going to be doing is I got this really, really cheap chintzy, 6 yards of this cheap chintzy velvet. It's really cheap and not very good at all, this crushed velvet. But it is pretty, and it will do the job, and it will be thicker over the windows. And that will make the regular drapes that will go over the lining. That will make the regular drapes, and then this was really, really on sale. This cord and tassels. I'll be making ties for the drapes. So that will go really nice together. So I'm really excited about that I'll have that to do and be getting that done when I feel better. I think it'll look great. And so I'm really looking forward to, feeling better and being able to do that. And it's going to be like a while, but, I am excited. And another thing that happened, the handyman that took my keys, he also took, as you know, some of you have seen them and commented on them, the beautiful string lights that I had. And they were having like a problem working because the minute that you would turn them on, a little while later they would dim and get super dim, but the batteries wouldn't be dead. And then the next night they do the same thing until finally they wound down. And so he took them, he was going to try to make them so that they could plug in or run on more batteries or just something. And so they're gone. And I had to order more. They don't make those ones anymore. They have a new upgraded version. And they're not here now. They're somewhere else off-gassing because they had horrible fumes. And the first set was the same way, but they off-gassed in that second bedroom for 8 months before I moved. So I have no idea how long it took to get rid of the fumes. And so they're doing it. I hope that it's going to be sooner than later. I hope it's a matter of weeks rather than months that it takes, because I really, really, really miss those lights. And I will also be posting some video about washing the shielding material and how to do it and what to do and how it worked for me. And I will, as progress happens, be posting more videos on little projects that I do, things go on, a close-up of my new solar frame and how that is compared to the old one. And if you like, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share, and have a really great day.